I don't know if this actually was streaming. Maybe it wasn't streaming. All right, welcome everybody. We're here with I'm sorry, the start button didn't show up, so I thought it was streaming, but
Oh no.
here we are with the English commentary for the Japan Professional Mahjong League 33rd Annual Mahjong Masters event. I'll just introduce our commentators real quick while they do ads on the Japanese side. This is me, Jenn. I'm a professional, JPML professional, and Dave is a World Reach professional and also USPML president. I also stream Mahjong and anything you'd like to. Dave also owns Sparrow's Nest in Manhattan,
I wear a
which you
whole
should
bunch of
always
hats.
visit.
We got a lot going on.
Yeah, I can't write it all on the screen because it wouldn't have any room for the tournament name. But we love Dave, and Dave is awesome, so you should follow Dave as well.
Some would say, but I don't know. It's a little. Dave's all right. Dave's all right.
Jenn says. So today, this is the Mahjong Masters Tournament is an annual tournament. It's actually a mandatory tournament for all JPML pros, Japan Professional Mahjong League professionals. It is. I mean, some people do not participate for certain reasons, but technically it's a mandatory one. So if you don't participate, you actually lose out on certain Donnie points and things like that.
Wow, so they really do push you to be involved.
Yeah, so I played in it as well, and also it's open to World Reach professionals as well. So this year Tamash played in it, and we actually did a whole like documentary shoot on Tamash's experience at the Masters qualifier, and it was a really great experience. So I am excited to finish editing that and bring that to everybody on the WRC channel. We have so much footage that we actually have enough for 3 different perspectives without very much overlap at all. So we'll have a series of 3 videos on 3 different channels that you can check out. So it's going to be pretty awesome.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm working with a JPML editor as well, Shinya Mita, who used to do a TV show with Garth and I. So it's going to be really fun stuff. We got lots of exciting videos like that coming up for you. You can see all the players here. So in the east seat is Yukio Yoshida. And he's like a really veteran player. I think he might still be the president of the North Kanto League. So Garth and I actually have played with him many times. He also comes overseas. Whenever we invite him to come overseas, he just comes. He's just one of those people that like shows up. Tetsuro Kano, I believe, is he the RMU player? One player.
Oh wow, this is a really great starting hand we have here.
Tetsuro Kano is from RMU. Yuri Asahina is a JPML player, and you probably saw her in the Sankei Shimbun Cup. And Yuta Nishina, also a young up-and-coming JPML player.
3-door. Oh man, there's a lot of power on the table right now. We have who is our dealer right now? Is Yoshida our first dealer?
Yoshida's our first dealer.
Okay, great. So it looks like we have a big old power door 3 hand here.
Just going to adjust so you can see the scores better.
Yeah, Kano's just got a hand that's very close to completion already. He's got Chun's got East and grab. So much great stuff going on over there. Nishina has all 4 Dora? This is a scary table and no one can see it. Our dealer looks like they're moving towards something that could be Chanta or Junchan, but everyone else just steamrolling ahead.
Right, I think we're all adjusted.
For Nishina. Closer to Tenpai here for Kano. It's Ishan 10 as well. Nishina is in a little bit of a strange spot there. Here we go. Great fill for Asahina.
Asahina going for that half flush, trying to bank some big points here at the beginning of the match. Oh, there's 5 games total. I said there were 4, but there's actually 5. And we will only be watching the first one. But you can, if you're a member of the JPML channel, you can go watch the rest of them as well.
Tenpai for Kano, not the most amazing shape, but fast. Nishina's still Ishan 10.
Nishina is trying to decide what to do with all those Dora, whether to con it or keep it with that. I mean, the thing is, it looks like a good weight to him. The 8 dot looks like a good weight to him, but since nobody else can see any Dora, then it's a terrible tile to discard. So
yeah, it's very scary.
Come out. Yeah.
Is this still A rules?
No, these are WRC rules.
WRC rules. Okay, yeah. WRC rules. All right, great. And so now we have a weird Tenpai. Can we even take it? We'd have to con. So we have to con here because we are Tenpai. And we're Tenpai on just the new Dora. Interesting. We threw the new Dora instead. Dodging, because that 3-pin. That 3-pin was the tile needed. So now we actually have an overlapping weight. We have this hand with our concealed con, but it's not. It can't be won yet. It could be sumoed, but it can't be won off anyone else. You're starting to see, I think, people getting really uncomfortable with the tiles they haven't seen yet and with the con of the Dora on the table. Asahina's pushing that flush, though.
Right, I think this
looks now, this could be the right shape.
Settings.
Because this gets it, reach on this hand gets to that 1-4 shape. That would be a 2-sided weight, and unfortunately, the 3 is going to deal in.
Yeah, all that value, but it actually gives so. In these rules, sometimes when you play online, you'll notice that the Dora is flipped over after the discard when you con. But in these rules, it's flipped over right away as soon as you call con. It doesn't matter what type of con. It's always going to be flipped over right away. So it always is going to apply if you deal in on that discard.
Yeah, it's a simplification of the WRC rules, if I recall properly, to make sure that you just always handle that Dora the same way. No confusion, no mixing it up based on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, it is a simplification used in the WRC rules, but it's actually, as far as all the rules that I've ever played, it was always turned over right away. So it's a very old rule to wait to turn it over. It's one of those rules that kind of went away with no Kuitan. No Okutanya. So yeah, while it did sort of exist, it's definitely an older rendition of the rules that WRC was created from.
Rough tiles for Asahina to start out. Nishina has some decent material here, again pushing towards probably Pinfu. Yoshida also, we're gonna have to see what fate pulls in here. Our dealer Kano has some good sequential shapes as well to start. 2-pin is the Dora. 5, 6, 7, 7, 8. Some good shapes being formed here. Yoshida picking up pairs. Kano. All right. 6, 7 is a little bit of a shape upgrade.
Kano's win on the first hand, not nearly as detrimental as Nishina's would have had he won.
Yeah.
All those Dora. But with the Ipatsu and Ura rules, it does make it a lot easier to come back from any deal-ins than it is on the A rules.
I mean, it feels good, right? I wouldn't be feeling bad about getting 6,400 up out of the gate, but yeah, it's definitely not a decisive blow. There's lots of game left to play.
Yeah, it's also a big deal to have ended Yoshida's turn as dealer, because I
Mm,
think Yoshida definitely has the most experience at final tables than anybody at this table.
that makes sense.
Yeah, you definitely want to get that dealer turn out of the hands of the most experienced player as much as possible. Nice fill in for Kano, right?
Yeah,
But
4, 5,
still 2
6.
more gut shots there in the hand. An extra pair, so there's an extra group in this. It's 6 blocks. So what he's deciding now is probably whether to discard the east and keep 6 blocks or drop it down to 5, and he will drop it down to 5 blocks.
Yeah. Hold out some hope for that east, even though there's already one on the table, because given that east is seat and round wind, its value.
Yeah, it is there, but also it's easily turned into a safe tile, especially since there's one out already. So I would think
1, 2,
he's
3,
not
4.
really counting the east as one of his blocks right now. If it
This
doubles
might be
up,
the
then
time.
yeah, something would change, but I think it's more of a safe tile than it is an extra block.
Yeah. I can see where he's flattening down other blocks as well. And now we've hit it. We've hit Chitoi. 7 pairs.
Just
a straight up reach on that.
Yeah, waiting for the 8 dot.
Waiting for 8 dot only. But hey, pretty fast.
It is a Suji trap, and since he discarded the 9 dot way before the 5 dot, it doesn't look as much like it is a Suji trap. A lot of times, you'll have the 8, 9, and then discard the 5 first.
Yeah.
So when you discard the 9 later, it's a dead giveaway. This is a little bit camouflaged here on his discards. Kano had a great looking hand, now kind of stuck on what to do.
Just
There's not,
nervous about yeah.
Not a
All
lot
right.
of clues that help him in the discard. Of course, the 9 bamboo is safe, but the reason he hesitated is because that means he would have to give up that block, basically. That goes with the 7.
3, 4, 5 complete. So now we're hitting, I think, more the existential question of do we push this or not?
I mean, the problem is it's really hard hand to fold at this point. I already discarded the easy east.
Yeah.
Safe tile, and the Genbutsu 9 bamboo. Now he's stuck with no safe tiles, and what's he gonna do, basically?
Yeah, how do we implement that?
There's a 5. The 5 dot is safe, but that basically turns into completely.
All right, we decide
Giving up
we
on
are
the
brave.
hand.
We're just gonna go.
You did get some extra courage when you're the dealer as well.
Well, you gotta go. You can't. I mean, if you play totally passively, if you consider that to be kind of your guiding light, you end up losing out on your time. So you've got to be willing to at least try.
Yoshida will win on the 8 dot. His Asahina fell for the Suji trap.
Yeah.
Easy trap to fall for, but it's just Riichi and Chitoi, no more points.
3 and 25 is 3,200 plus another 1,000 back from the table, so 4,200. And we're starting to see the game shape up a little bit. Kano in first, Yoshida in second. And so now we're about plus, 3,000 to 6,000 points between players. So we see who has the work to do, but again, there's a lot of game left.
And you can see the yellow numbers there on the overlay. Those include the UMA, which is 5 and 15 for the WRC rules. So first place will get plus 15, an extra 15. Second place will get an extra 5. Third place will get minus 5, and fourth place will get minus 15, in addition to any scores that they earn during the game. Both hands look Pretty far away. Yoshida has to fill in a couple of gut shots middleweights there. Kano is just really far away. Is one
Yeah.
what we call a double gutty, the 357 shape, and then one side weight with an 8-9.
Obviously, the further you are, the more tiles help, though. That's what I always say, right?
It's true. Yeah, there's just not enough blocks here. The north pairs up. That'll be another block, and the north is his seat win this time, so we may see a pawn there. Asahina, of course, the dealer with the pair of red dragons, definitely going to see that pawned, I believe.
Yoshida holding 2, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, discards a 9, so shifting to the inside hand, Tanyao.
Kind of fills in the 6. All right, some progress being made. Oh, we finish up our chuns.
We will not
That's actually
see
very
Asahina
powerful.
pawn the tune.
I love that. I love having a concealed set of dragons like that. It's so good for offense and so good for defense if you need it.
Yoshida finally just won away. We'll see it here in a second. The 2-4-6 shape. He's hoping one of those will fill in for an easy reach. Asahina,
Okay.
the more difficult side came. She's not happy about discarding the 2 dot because of the door acceptance.
Yeah, like that's what lets you keep it Dora. And we won't. We'll get rid of that 6-8 structure instead.
There's Yoshida waiting for to fill in a gut shot in 2 different places. So the 2-4-6, which serves as open-ended for now, until he fills in the 3 bamboo. Of course, all of us in the western the western viewing locations hope that he ends up waiting on the 3 bamboo. Nishina will
getting rid of
discard the south his seat wind. None on the board, but not.
What's really not on the board is that 3-pin.
And not in the board or anyone's hands, really.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them yet. All right, 4-pin.
Yeah, now happy with discarding or shifting to the Tanyao hand. With only a pair of his seat win, then the Yaku is not confirmed. So discarding the pair means he can get a guaranteed inside hand.
The 8 gets called, and now we're just waiting. We're waiting for 4-7 just for straight up Tanyao, nice and simple.
Yeah, he utilized that. So if I'm gonna discard my seat win, I'm gonna push all the way for this inside hand.
Yep. We're just gonna shut it down.
To complete it.
Hopefully before anyone else can make anything happen.
Oh.
There's our 3, but we're just gonna throw it. We just don't want it. We don't need it. We're Tenpai already.
Keep Tenpai, and also it kind of puts the other people on the board. On kind
There's
of
another
island.
3.
Yeah, they're all bunched
I feel like everyone's getting a little stymied by this. These 2 are coming out way late.
Kano will find a way to use it.
Yep, gonna hold on.
And also it serves as a safe tile if he thinks Nishina gets a little bit more scary. But since he's discarded the Dora, Nishina is probably being read by the other players only having a 1,000 point hand. So probably not very scary for the other players to push at this point.
Oh, what an ugly shape. I never like these shapes.
The 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, I don't mind it that much.
Oh, but the third 3. When you get that third 3 in there and it's 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, it always makes me unhappy.
There's so many. I mean, in this case, since she doesn't have a pair, it's very useful. If you already have your pair, then it can be a real big pain.
Well, here's a 3, and in this case, Yoshida can just accept it. No problem. Just walk over by 1. Oh no! Everyone's having a rough time with a surprise Dora.
I mean, luckily she knows it's safe to the player to her right. Probably won't even be cheated, so she'll just discard it and keep going.
Ugh. This is a very interesting hand because I feel like the danger is in unexpected places here.
That's Tenpai. But it's kind of the least happy Tenpai she could have asked for.
Yeah.
But she will reach with it.
She's gonna reach.
Put the pressure on his dealer. She knows that that Nishina has no value in his hand, so she's not scared of him.
this is one of those hands where I feel like that reach is just, you can tell that nobody's really having a great time right now. So you might as well just twist the screws on them, you know?
That's true. Yeah, you can just say, "All right, deal with it."
Yeah, like
Here's another thing to
if you
deal with.
really have the feeling no one's having a good time, then there's much more potential for them to just fold.
Yoshida trying to decide what to do against this reach. Discarding a safe tile will break up one of his own blocks, and that's what he does.
Oof.
Dora is now all on the table.
That's nuts. Six just came out. It's safe. Looks like everyone's just staying out of the way here.
I mean, Nishina has done a great job maintaining his tempai to the bitter end. This is tempai for Kano.
Tempai as well on the 5-so, which I've seen
Doesn't
scarier
mean-
things in the world, but do we slam it? Do we just dominate? What do we want to do?
Yeah, it is sort of Suji on the table, so you're right. It's not the scariest that it could possibly be, but he gives up.
Oh, no, he gives it up. He doesn't want it.
I mean, he's already in a position ahead, doesn't want to take that slim chance of dealing into the dealer and losing first place.
Mm. East. Very hard safe north. We're not doing this at all. Fair enough.
Yep, you're not even
No
getting the
surprises.
Haite Yaku, and you'll have two Tenpai players. The two young guns on the table.
Yeah. And this is where you see a little bit of that gravity that pulls back together, right? The players who are ahead, they're not necessarily willing to push like crazy. Players who are behind need to shove a little harder, and they get their 1,500 points out of it each, and so everyone's a little bit closer than they were.
Shout out, welcome to the chat. Thank you, Garrick. Thank you, Demi, for showing up and commenting to us. We love it when people chat and when people hit the like button. That's the only thing I look forward to all week. So please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Wow, rough hand for Asahina. Rough starting hand for Asahina.
Pair of Easts at least, so there's something that they can grab and go with, but the rest of it needs some work to come together.
I mean, like, every single one of these hands, except for Kano, just looks like a potential Kokshi to me. I mean, not now that they've discarded the honor tiles, but you know, I'm happy going for Kokshi from 5 away.
Oh, I'm always happy to go for Kokshi. It's easy. You go for it, and then when you don't make it, you got so many safe tiles.
All right, but filling in every single thing that she needs. Asahina started with a really rough hand, and now...
Yeah, a lot of upgrades here.
Yeah, now she's open-ended. The middle gut shot upgraded to open-ended in the dots.
Yoshida getting some small upgrades. 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8.
To look really good. Just that middle 2-bam that he has to fill in somehow.
Oh, tripling up that 4.
Just makes Nishina.
Now we decide which way we want to go.
Yeah, 1 away from ready. Yoshida, still going for Kokshi. Yes.
Yeah, Yoshida not abandoning the Kokshi dream at all. Like it just keeps coming their way.
This is why Yoshida and I are friends. No, I rejoined the North Kanto League this season, and I'm really excited because that's definitely my favorite regional league to play in, and Garth is there as well.
That's a reach for Nishina. Waiting on 3-6 Mon, so it's a pretty decent wait. And let's see what everyone else thinks about it.
I think
Asahina thinks this ain't happening.
Yeah, pretty much out. Possibly rolling the hand over to something else if she can draw some better tiles. Yoshida's Kokshi dream is gone.
Yeah, Yoshida's Kokshi dream has become a safe tile dream. It looks like everyone's just going to kind of fade away in the face of this reach right now. I don't see anyone aggressively challenging, but let's see if anything exciting shows up in the tiles they draw.
Anecdote in the chat, there's enough honors for 4 players to be a 13-sided weight for Kokushi Tenpai. In theory. I would love to see that once in my life.
I was going to say that'd be a wonderful situation.
I think that will be my 50th birthday cake if somebody can make that for me.
1, 2, 3 fills in. Yeah, this hand wants to live here. Yoshida continues to just stay out of the way. It's Tenpai for Asahina. Not a great Tenpai, not slamming it, but it is Tenpai.
Yeah, we're getting towards it's we actually still have a lot in the wall left. It's only halfway through
Yeah,
the
there's
hand.
a long way to go.
Yeah. I mean, if we get towards the end of the hand, she just really needs Tenpai to maintain her dealership, but
Kind of thinking about this a little bit. Curls the hots. Ooh. So, holds his Tenpai.
Kana is just completely but Asahina really wants to keep her dealership.
Yeah. Really fighting to at bare minimum just not get knocked over by this reach, even though her hand right now really isn't in a good position to fight it.
Yeah, it's just that weight. If you're dealer and you have that weight and your reach, it's one thing, but if you're chasing reach, even as dealer, having
It's a
that
rough
middle
one.
4 weight is really rough.
It's
You
a very
prefer
rough
at
one.
least like a middle 2 weight or something similar. But she's been lucky getting a lot of safe tiles in her draws that she can just discard.
Slowly making our way down to the end. So stay safe.
Oh, but that will be
There's a sumo.
Neat sumo.
Ura.
Ura. Is that Ura?
Ura.
Yeah, Ura.
Yeah, 1 hit.
1,000 from the non-dealers, 2,000 from the dealer, plus 1 continuance, and he'll
Plus
take
1 continuous.
the 2 reach 6 in the bank.
Still, Nishina goes from last to third, a very close third, only 200 points behind.
And the comment in the chat, it'd be funnier to have 3 players be waiting with a 13 weight Tenpai with triple roan allowed. And I would say, I would agree with that as long as Garth is the player that doesn't have.
As long as Garth kills him.
I think I would only wish that upon Garth and only in jest. I can't wish that upon any other players.
Dan's got a lot of pairs. Huh. 3 souths here for Kano. But we're still in East round, so it's not that easy.
Yeah, the south only has value for Yoshida in this case. Yoshida in the
Maybe they can trade.
Players picking up the pace a little bit on the discards in this hand.
Everyone does not like their tiles, I bet. They're all just like, let's go, let's get these tiles moving.
Oh, I just thought of a really good t-shirt with all of these Yakuma and triple roan things. Alright guys, after the stream I'm gonna pitch a t-shirt to Dave, so everybody write in the chat please. T-shirt, t-shirt, t-shirt. There's something so that we can convince him, okay? I have a new item to
Better be a good pitch. Better be a good pitch.
Sparrow's Nest.
I'm willing to hear this out.
It's so cute.
1, 3. This is still just okay. Good fill on the 4, 5, 6.
Kano's gonna make that south work even if it has no value, but really stretching all of the blocks there to try and make a Sanshoku either 3-4-5 or 4-5-6.
Yeah, it's like the only way to get value out of that hand. Oh, the third too, so ugh. Now I gotta make some key decisions. Alright. Make a 4-5 shape. We don't even have to look. No, we don't want Haku. 3 gets called. Interesting. Looks like we're just gonna Tanya it out here. Our dealer's just hoping to get something done and hold on to that deal for another chance. Interesting. We back down. And now here we pair up our Dora. Okay. Flatten down. 6, 7, 8. Don't need a north. Three.
I really like that 2,
1.
2, 4, 6, 6 shape, except for the 2s are the Dora. It's in Asahina's. And so the problem with that shape when the 2s are the Dora is if you draw the 3 character there, then you have to discard the Dora. So
Yeah.
I would probably just go with the 4 here so that I would avoid that situation. And that's what she does.
Yeah, and this also gives us the opportunity for 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku, at least with the shapes possible now.
Yeah, you definitely want to lock in that win with 2 Dora, and then any extra value that you can squeeze out of it is just extra. Oh, there's 8. The perfect draw for those
6, 7, 8, 6,
Sanshoku.
7, 8. Yeah.
Discards a
All right,
6
we're gonna
to
drop
lock
the
in.
6.
Yeah,
Get
lock in
ourselves in the
that
right.
5-8 shape.
Yep, get in the right place.
Also, it's a perfect Dishanten, the perfect one-away shape. So anything that she draws for Tenpai will make her open-ended in the weight.
Can it be the 8-mon? I feel like I've seen 8-mons in hands. How many have I seen? Oh, 8 pins gonna get called. We got 2 8-mons in this hand, but now we got a 2-5 weight here for just good old Tanyao. 3 8-mons I'm seeing in hands.
3-6 weight for Yoshida. Is that right? Looks
And
like
this is Tenpai.
Yep.
For
Tenpai for 3 players, and Asahina actually I think has the best hand, but just was not quite fast enough. Oh, never mind. She was Tenpai as well. So we have 4 Tenpais on the table.
We're now
And she
Tenpai.
reaches.
And we're gonna chase.
And it
We're gonna chase with the
passes.
5-8. But our 8s are so locked up. We have 3 8s in players' hands. This has got to be a little stressful for poor Nishina now.
I mean, when you get to the end of the hand and it's
Sumo!
Yoshida draws it, he did not reach the hand. It's just Pinfood Sumo.
A gentle sumo for Yoshida.
Yeah,
but with 2,000 on the table.
So much other stuff. I mean, you get to the end of the hand, and a lot of times 4 players are Tenpai, because they just got to Tenpai for the end of the hand for the exhaustive draw. It's actually pretty rare to see 4 players Tenpai right there in the middle of the hand.
It's true. I feel like yeah, it's going to be someone gets there first, in which case you're going to find people. At least one person's going to break it off, right? So yeah, having everyone ready to go is a little. I mean, it's awesome. It's a little shocking.
And especially Asahina's hands had so much value that there was no way she was folding that hand.
Yeah.
If it were the other way around, if she had reached first and then Yoshida Tenpai'd with just the Pinfu and didn't have anything safe, there's a good chance he would have folded that. But she had so much value, there's no way that she's folding, even though she was the 4th one to Tenpai in the same round.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. They all happened in the same draw round. It was not.
It was so fast. It was so great. Everyone's just, yeah, it all came together at the same time. All right, what do we got? We got Kano. A little rough, but some good shapes.
Kano keeps getting pairs of the non-prevailing wind. He had a pair of souths. last time, and then this time
Asahina pairs
it's
up Haku, Nishina. Thinking about what to do. Probably thinking about things like Sanshoku Doko with those ones. But decides to give up the E-pin. Alright, let's finish that East set. Sure, that's great. But Haku's going to get called immediately by Asahina, who probably wants to also start making up some ground themselves. 3, 4, 5 finished up. Alright. Needed. Alright, we see some shape wrangling going on here to try to get the sets we need. Throw the 4, hold the 7. Yeah, everyone's just pretty quickly trying to see what they can do to improve their shapes here.
Yeah, I can't stop giggling about poor Kano getting full triples of the non round win.
6, 7, 8 finishes up, so now we're each on 10.
I have to decide
5,
between
6.
2 different middleweights here. 2 for the of the characters or the bamboos. More efficiently, I think, is getting rid of the characters. There's so many shapes that can manifest in the bamboos, and that's what he does.
No 3s, none of that. Here's the 8 also, but we're not going to hold on to the pair. Two, 3, 4 is finally complete, so we're now ready on the 3, 6 bamboo. So Asahina's prepared their revenge. Five, six, seven completes.
Still waiting for
Each
that
on
pair,
10.
but the good thing about the East not being a value tile in this situation is that it easily converts to a pair as well.
Yeah, if you have to cut it down.
Yeah, without losing any value, and possibly gaining value, because you can get the pinfu out of it.
Last one pin.
Now Yoshida has what we call a sticky one away. Just needs something to stick to one of those tiles and hopes it's open-ended. Nishida's still so far away.
Yeah,
Like
still
maybe it's
trying to
hoping for
decide like
pairs.
the best way to manage this.
I think was maybe kind of hoping for pairs, but just no pairs came. And there is the pair for Kano.
So
Pair
that's
that he
Tenpai for
was waiting
Kano.
for just a second to consider if he wanted to try and wait for the Sanshoku upgrade or not. Decides not, and reaches.
Solid hand, two-sided weight. South one. Let's go. And we break. We break Tenpai. Asahina takes a step back.
Yeah, Asahina in a position where she really can't afford to lose any more points and widen the gap. She's not going to take that risk unless she has a lot of value or a really high expectation to win the hand.
Yeah, no, she is not
Interesting shape here for Nishina.
accepting the temptation. Yeah.
4, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8, 8. Sneakily put that 4 in the middle there. So it looked like 4, 4, 4, 6, 8, 8, 8, but yeah.
3-4. All right. Well, we're gonna get rid of those 1-mons and keep carefully.
Yeah, it is a 3-10 with the 2-5 dot weight. Imagine if he had kept that 1, 2, and
Ooh.
4 of dots that are in his discard.
And at this point, Yoshida has backed down.
Another thing is these players may have a little bit less information on Kano. Kano is a well-known player, definitely in the pro community, but is the only non-JPML player here on the table.
Mm.
So there may be a little bit less information than the players have about each other.
That's interesting. So they might feel a little bit more nervous about just like what they imagine he might be doing.
Yeah, may not be able to make as accurate reads as they can for other players.
Mm. Oh man, what are we gonna do? We're calling it. All right, we've decided Tenpai is something we'd like to do.
I think Nishina maybe is moving the Haite away from from Kano. With no calls on the board, Kano would have had the last draw, the Haite draw. So with
This is another
Nishina's
chance.
chi now, yeah, it's gonna move to Asahina.
Painful for Asahina, just because, again, the opportunity to be Tenpai, but just not willing to risk some of the dangers there.
And Kano is the only Tenpai player, so he will take the next dealership.
All right, we're down to South 2 already. Game has been pretty brisk.
Yeah, a little bit faster than the one we covered last week.
Yeah, our last game, I think every dealer got at least one repeat every time. It was nuts.
True, this also counts as a repeat, but it's not the same dealer, so it will move a little bit faster. When the hand ends in exhaustive draw, there's always a repeat added. But if the dealer is not ready, then it will move on. And Kano's hand looks kind of crappy.
Looks pretty heavy. We got a bunch of pairs, but we don't really have much shapes that go together other than that. Eesh.
Yeah, really rough hand. It's really going to depend on what he gets. But Nishina moves right away.
Nishina calls immediately.
Nishina in the west seat. Yeah, pawns that west, trying to close the gap a little bit with the first place players, and also make sure that Kano does not continue as dealer to increase that gap.
It's such a terrible feeling when you're like, all right, this is my deal. I got to do something. And then immediately your hand is terrible and an opponent is really just like running forward with a good hand. One, two, three can fill in. Yeah. Oh, the opportunity to con. And we're going to reserve that opportunity. Nishina's got like west and flush. Already 3 and probably 40 for like 5,200. So Nishina definitely has the opportunity to overtake first place if everything goes their way. Double south pair for Asahina here. And discards a mon tile that will be grabbed. And we are discarding the west. We are not conning. Shame, but also a very rational play, I think.
I mean, it's very early and you can only get the Uradora if you reach. So basically, since no other players have called tiles, you're just giving the other players free Dora or free opportunities to aim for Dora.
Oh yeah, like I feel
like later if he was Tenpai, then I think it would have made a big difference. But in this case, it's definitely the smart move.
Yeah, I think being Tenpai, I think it's a big game changer on that play in general. Like if you do have the opportunity to win on that draw, if you are in a position where you can be pushing other players off. Oh, we're Tenpai right now. We got to reach.
Kano's hand started out so terrible, but
yeah, Mahjong is to get a Tuso in there.
It's not the deal; it's the draws, and Kano has the perfect draws to really attack with this with his dealer turn.
Another Montile call, but we're still not even Tenpai. Looks scary, but there's not much we can do about it here. Asahina also is in a position where there's just like work she's got to do. And so we might see her just push ahead, especially if she gets the right draws with this hand. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the early two bamboo discard is sort of the only thing I think that would the early discard from Nishina means that there's only 25% of
Oh,
Kano's weights are gone just from that discard, which
Ishan
is
10 for Asahina on this. Nishina's just got to play.
yeah, Nishina has really no choice of what to do now. Yoshida has a lot of tiles to work with. Can try and get something safe, but
He's gonna
Asahina
call it.
fights back.
You gotta throw the 6. We're playing. But that's it. Alas.
Less than Hoitsu. I think it's just 39.
Plus the
3,900
6 on the
with
table. So that's
yeah.
39 plus 3, 42 with 2 6 on the table. And that gets Nishina into first place.
Now all the
We have
three players are above 30,000, and if we're playing in the A rules, the Japanese official competition rules, then that would mean that only Asahina would be negative. But in this case, there are 2 positive players and 2 negative players as far as Uma goes at the end of the hand and the end of the game. So it's more of a normal Uma with the WRC rules.
Well, Asahina's got a little bit of wind in their sails because those 3 easts give them a lot of opportunity to just rush this hand and try to start something rolling for them. But over here, we have Kano with a pair of the Dora and a pair of Haku, so there's a lot of opportunity for speed there too.
Another pair up for Asahina, so she's going to be able to pull in this hand if needed. I would even probably expect a backdoor pawn, so instead of starting with the east pawn, if the one
the ones.
or the one bamboo comes out first, then probably pawn one of those. Actually, she didn't
even need to pull
No,
these,
sorry,
so
she has a triple of east. She doesn't need to pull. God, what am I doing?
But I agree in general, right? Like before ponging the value, you might pong something else to make people think you're going in a slightly different direction.
Now I think she didn't pawn the one crack at the beginning because it was her pair, but now she has 2 options for a pair, so I think she'll pawn if the one bam or the one crack comes out now. Okay, fixed.
All right, 3-4 is a good shape. You could probably keep the 5-6 as a shape. We're getting places. Yeah, I think her focus here has got to be to just do something to keep the ball in her court for another hand. Oh, third Dora. Kano is just packing power in this hand.
Yeah, it gets rid of the 5 crack first. It's one of the more dangerous tiles, so that's gone. And I think we will see the 1 bam come out later.
Probably.
And Asahina will pawn it, but
there's the Haku.
There's
and we're going to call it right there. That 1 bam might be what comes right out of this.
Yeah, and that will
there we go.
Pawned
Asahina's going to grab it.
And that's 1 away for Asahina. She is just looking for 2 open-ended weights. And Kano's 1 away hand shape is a little bit better with a pair connected to one of his open-endeds. Asahina just has a floating safe tile, basically.
Ooh, the old swappy-doppy going on over there.
We were waiting to hear that word.
I know. I need to. All right, 3-4. Asahina's tempai 4-7. 4-7 pin. Not particularly coveted tiles, so they might well come out. And oh, not quite. Okay.
We'll see Kano pawn if one of those pairs comes out, or Chi, one of the open-endeds as well.
Oh, the 7's going to stay in here now. It's been attached to the 8. Here, we're still waiting to finish something.
It's just 1 out of 7. There's plenty left. The only real question is Kano going to tempai before she draws it or not? I think. And I think Kano will easily discard the 7 dot. Oh, she
Yeah,
draws it
but sumo.
first. There it is.
All right. Fast sumo for Asahina. Our first dealer repeat of the game.
It's not first. We had a dealer repeat before. She
We
repeated
did?
her first dealer turn with an exhaustive draw. I don't think she won
Maybe our
as dealer,
first
but she had
first
a dealer.
dealer win of the game, maybe.
I think that's right.
That pulls her back up to 20K. Some traction. Gives her a second chance at the deal. Let's see if she can get something going here.
She has a very judicial outfit going on today.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the judge's robes with the, Judge Judy always wears the collar on it.
All right, we got some good shapes here. We got 3, 4, 6, 7. We got 5, 6, 7 done. Nishina already has all the 4s. Yoshida's got some Dora action going on. Kano's paired up north. 3, 4, 5. That's a perfect fill to get the 3-sided. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pair of wests. 8 for 6, 8. All right. Paired up east. Beautiful.
This time is something she can pull, but her hand looks pretty good in the rest of the places. It's really hard to decide which like block to let
I
go
feel like
of.
she might have been also considering Itsu, even if it's a bit of a long shot.
Yeah, it's one of those
3
things. How long
up.
do you hedge it? You definitely want to hedge it as long
Yeah.
as possible, because if it comes later. But also there were 2 choices for Itsu there in the hand. She denied both of them with the 9 dot discard, but the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shape. I mean, any 8
It's
or
really
2 or
solid.
9 or 1 also, yeah, gives you option
6,
at the full
7,
straight.
8. Fills in for Kano. 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Interesting. There's only one.
I might have wanted to hold on to that, but
Yeah, it seems like she's just decided that the East is going to be her pair, which is
it's
interesting
possible.
because as dealer she can pawn it. There is one more left that she could pawn somewhere.
But we don't want 7, 8. We're just gonna keep 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah, Yoshida had already discarded the 9 dots, so that was a backfire, and he said, "Meh, meh." That's the sound of whatever.
We got a lot of pairs, but what do we care? I don't think it's worth detouring on that. And Kano agrees. Oh no, sorry, Nishina agrees. Kano draws a chun. Doesn't help much.
Another
7, 7.
opportunity. Yeah, I wonder if Asahina is really committed to trying to get a Sanshoku, a mixed sequences hand.
Oh, maybe. I was gonna say, I feel like I'd be much more willing to give up on, or to hedge against the East being the pair. We got 3, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku becomes a possibility. But we say no to these far-off dreams. We're
So
going to
you
stick
see,
with the dreams we know.
Asahina has been holding on to that 6 bamboo. And, okay.
Yeah, we keep the
Switches it
Dora
up,
instead.
yeah, for the Dora. So I think she was
Probably
really,
was.
maybe that was the line. She said, all right, I'm going to keep going for Sanshoku until I get a Dora. And that's
5, 6, 7
she
complete.
pulled.
4, 5 better than 2, 4, so we upgrade. 7 mon not helpful here.
Now
2,
we
3, 4, 5,
reach.
7 Tempai. We reach on the Dora for just the 2 mon alone. Not the most powerful hand, but it is, and we pong the Dora on the other side. Oh dear.
Oops. Oh, but now
dear.
there's a Suji trap set. And not with the Reach Declaration tile, but the next discard, which is a little bit better.
Yeah.
Oh, no, East Pong.
There's that East.
I think Asahina just wants to continue being dealer as long as possible. Oh, double CG trap.
Make it very clear that it's not a 2-5 weight. And now we can just hope that someone uses that, try to wiggle and throw that too.
I'm trying to see. I see one. There's one in Yoshida's hand. That's really the only one I see. And there's blockers in Nishina's hand. So there's that 3 in the wall, possibly? I don't see any on the
Yeah, it
board
looks like
either.
the tile has not appeared yet.
Oh, one on the board, sorry. One.
One on the board. Okay, so there's 2 of them left in the world.
Nishina had discarded them, but yeah, there's 2 left in the wall, and there's a lot of blockers and a Suji trap, so it's definitely not a pipe dream.
It's not inconceivable that a player would throw it. Yeah, exactly. Not at all inconceivable.
The only problem
Everyone
is,
else seems to have more exciting safe tiles.
True. It also means there's a chance that she could draw it.
It's true. If it's in the wall, she's got a shot at it. Yeah, we got 6 draws left, I believe.
Yeah, I think we're coming up.
Really close to the end.
It's getting more and more likely that she'll draw it, statistically.
Yes, of the tiles left, it's more and more of a percentage. Everyone's nervous about the South, though. We haven't seen the South yet. No one wants to be the one to hurl that out there. So yeah, it looks like people are breaking.
White Dragon is not a wild tile in these rules. Looks like 2 in the wall, possibly. 2 in the dead wall.
Wow, how unfortunate. 2 in the dead wall indeed.
But
3 no 10s, another 3,000 points for Asahina, net 2,000 because 1,000 stays in for the Reach deposit. Slowly but surely creeping her way forward on everybody.
Yeah, she's
22-7.
This is a really small difference between last place and first place still.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially with 1,600 points on the table, so there's 2 continuances and 1 Reach deposit, so anything gets an extra 1,600. So that means any win for her brings her up to, what, 24-3? And that leaves only about 7,000 after that. So any 7,700. So any decent sized dealer win will pull her up at least into second place.
5 away from Kokushi, but with a pair of Dora, I guess there's.
All right, 4-5 takes shape. 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, looking good.
Oh,
We got a pair of Dora and we got a pair of Chun, so we have everything we need to just make a move.
True, make a move, except for the rest of the hand is kind of.
The rest of the hand's real bad.
Yeah. And if she didn't have 2 Dora, I would only be 4 away from Kokushi by now.
We've got another pair. Eight. We're getting rid of some of the
So I've come
outside
up with a
tiles.
new word.
5, 6, 7. What's our new word?
Jenn Shanten.
Jenn Shanten?
Jenn Shanten is where you count Shanten away from Yakuman for no matter what the hand is.
The Jenn Shanten for the hand.
How many Jenn Shantens? So normally we count how many you are away from Suanko, but Kokushi is also a good one to use for that.
Kokushi is a good one. 2, I guess we don't want it. This hand's come together real quick. 3 bamboo. We're just gonna get rid of some of those extra. We gotta make sure this hand happens quickly because other players at this table, especially after 2 dealer wins, they're gonna start getting antsy.
Also, just having the Sanzo in your hand. Beacons luck. Beacons? Draws luck. Look at that. It's open-ended with the pair.
There we go. Very nice.
Thank you, Sanzo.
3, 4, 5 finishes up. 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we think about this?
Yeah, Kano's gotta decide that
We're
the
looking at 6,
shapes of
7,
the
8
dots are like,
Sanshoku.
yeah, really good. He decided that he didn't want to get rid of the Dora. As far as efficiency goes, probably discarding the Dora is a better move, but he wants to keep some value there. Try and, gain
I think
something to going into
that
game 2.
leave him Ishanten on the Sanshoku? Let me take a peek at his hand in a second. Because I think, if I was reading it right, yes, if he draws, oh, this is still
There's the
Tenpai.
Dora. Yep.
So we're gonna reach Tanyo, maybe Ipeko, but our dealer's just calling that Dora. Nice,
Yep.
nice.
Backdoor call. So
We got
backdoor.
no hesitation. We got nothing to lose.
So backdoor is a term I borrowed from poker. Usually you say backdoor if both the turn and the river are used in your hand to create your yaku. So I think it applies well here when you don't have a yaku decided and you have to make it later after you make a call for something else already. Wow, Sanzo, look at that fill in for Yoshida. 1 away.
Yeah, Yoshida's also 1 away, but Sumo, it's all over. At least for Asahina's dealer turn. Kano Sumo's
Neat sumo.
Tanyo Ipeko. If that was the 6
Yeah,
side.
it's the
Yep,
most expensive side.
that's the big one. That
Will
pulls
make
Kano way up.
Way up. Yoshida just barely out of Mangan range of first place, but since this is the first game out of 5, then it's not a massive issue. He doesn't. I'm sorry. It's like, let me just try and speak smoothly. Okay. Since it's the first game out of 5, he doesn't need to aim for first place specifically in this game. Of course, it's better to get first place, but even aiming for a positive second place is going to be really beneficial going into game 2.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So even if he turns his third into like +2, let's say, that's still pretty good because he has many more games to continue working with that score.
I mean, just getting ahead of Nishina is going to give him a 10-point swing. Plus whatever the score is. So I think that's the main goal. Getting Mangan Sumo here wouldn't put him into first place. So
but any 2,000-point win would pull him up past Nishina.
Exactly. So that's going to be a bigger goal than the normal. When you go into all last, you kind of want to aim to be in a position where you can do Mangan Sumo to get into whatever place you need to get into. Yeah, he only needs 2,000 to get there.
Yeah, and poor Asahina at this point, like, I think even a Mangan Sumo for Asahina would not get her where she needs to be. It wouldn't improve her placement right now, I don't think.
Yeah, I think Asahina really just needs to get anything. I mean, Mangan Sumo
would bring in 8,000 for her, bringing her up to 26.5.
Yeah, just
but it would leave Yoshida at 27.2 and Nishina at 27 even. So it would be great for Yoshida also if Asahina Mangan Sumos. But
I mean, honestly, in the first game, it still makes sense to do it. But yeah, it's not as
it's points, it'll still improve her overall placement, her overall score. Like, it's still good, I agree. But it's not going to get her up a placement, which is a little rough.
Yeah, but it really does bring down the difference between her and the other players,
which
is important. Thank you, Demi. Yeah, the word was beckons that I was looking for. The Sanzo beckons.
It beckons. Okay.
Beckons, not beacons.
Beckons.
Beacon would be like giving other people luck, but no, we bring the luck to our own hands with the Sanzo.
Oh, Kano's got 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. We're going to keep it at 2, 3, 4. Asahina's hand is looking very uncomfortable. This does not look like the kind of hand that can turn into a speedy win. 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku creeping in here for our dealer.
Yeah, Nishina needs the Sanshoku least out of all the other players. Well, I guess.
Yeah, like the Sanshoku could actually get Nishina into first place if it goes well.
It could get him into first place, but he probably cares more about a quicker hand, or would appreciate a quicker hand better than. Although it is pretty quick even with the Sanshoku, it's just where is that pair gonna be?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few ways it could go, but he's got a lot of raw material. 7, too many problems. 6, 7, 8 coming together for Asahina. No, we're not looking at that Sanchoku though. We're not doing it.
I think Asahina is probably just looking for a reach and hoping for like Uda 20.
Or a 20.
I mean,
The
okay,
classic.
when you're in the very last game of the final table, there's a lot of like rules and unwritten rules that you have to follow. The last
Mm.
hand of the first game, there's none of those rules, so you can aim for Uda 20 as much as you want in the last hand.
Okay, we got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, which does put us. We get rid of that west. We're now East on 10.
I mean, still Ishanten even
Well,
keeping the
pretty
west,
much
getting
most
rid of the
things, yeah.
3. Yeah, it's
Getting rid of the
just
3.
efficiency there.
The 2, 4, 4, 5 is the shape to be curious about. So we're just going to get rid of the 3 now. Keep the west for later.
And I mean, if Asahina didn't have all the 3s, then Kano could
Yeah.
chi the 3, but
5, 5, 6, 7.
little does he know.
Here's the east.
And he's just really held on to that west just in case the dealer reaches, I think, to try
Yeah,
and
it's really
maintain
been like a
first
life
place.
preserver for him. 4, 5, 6, 7 makes it a little more possible. I don't know, what would I do here? That's a good question.
Luxon, so
Move
yeah,
it
just
over to 4,
trying to
5,
go for
6.
something really quick over the committing to the
interesting.
Sanshoku.
It's an interesting swap. Swappy doppy on the 2, so make people think you're still forming your hand. Great fill on the 6, 7, 8. So Asahina has Tempai and not slamming it.
And
Here's another Tempai, and we're just doing it.
Yeah,
How
I
interesting.
think Asahina just took Tempai hoping that the dealer is going to continue as dealer and that she can get 1,500 points out of that, possibly get into the Mangan range of 3rd place.
Ippin's a reasonably
Now,
safe throw.
she could reach here. Does not.
No, she's just getting out of it, it looks like. The dealer reach for 8 mon only. It's a little rough. There we go, that west safe tile.
That was, yeah.
And now we have another pair. We can still chase.
Reached.
But do we want to? Again, what do we accomplish with this chase?
There she goes. Yeah, so
But
she
we
was
do it.
really
We
worried
do
about
it.
the 1 dot, even though she had all those 3 dot blockers. But now
We got some overlapping weights here. I think the 5-8, is the 5-8 completely demolished? I see 1, 2, 3 of them. I see 4 of them.
It's an interesting way for
6 of
Nishina.
them.
I think some people might have discarded that 9 character when he discarded the edge. So
Ooh.
it's a really different outcome than you would have seen with other players, I think.
Had to deal the E-fin anyway.
And Yoshida will break up his Tempai. He had the Shabo weight with the 1 character, 5 character.
There's another 8. There's only 1 tile left that either of these reaches can win on. And only 2 tiles left in the wall. So this is the last draw right here. But we're considering calling it.
I can't discard the 5, and he would have to, I think, to.
We're not going to. We're not going to. We're staying out of it. So now we have 2 Tempai. Okay, okay. But this changes a lot. A Mangan Sumo from Asahina now gets her into 2nd place.
Yes.
This changes the landscape. We now have 2,000 points on the table from reach deposits. We have 1 Hombo, so an extra 300 for the winner. And Yoshida and Kano just got pulled 1,500 points back down to earth per player. For Nishina now, only 8,300 out of first place, but with the points on the table, it's actually only 6,000 out of first place, which is not a massive deal or win. So lots of opportunity.
Yeah, the
Lots of
difficulty
opportunity here.
in taking over first place for Nishina is that even if he wins and takes first place, he has to play another hand. So there's always
Yeah,
a chance for Kano to come
he's got to
back
hold it.
and take that lead back.
But Nishina's flying off the blocks, already called east. So everyone on the table beware, we're moving.
Called, but
Oh wow, 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
4,
the
5, 6
best
already
villain
done.
possible.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a rough hand just until that specific draw, and now it looks like easy.
Very attainable, very attainable. Now one pin is the Dora. Yeah, no. I'm rooting for Asahina because Asahina right now is sitting in the underdog position, right? The best situation I can imagine would be Nishina hits Yoshida and pulls Yoshida down to the point that it's easy for Asahina to overtake, and Nishina then has to play another hand. Because I don't think right now, looking at the hands here, put that down to 4-5. Another Dora here for Kano, but that makes their hand heavy and just hard to get done. Yeah, Asahina does not. Their hand's not terrible, but it's not flying forward either.
Very few backfires with that 5 bamboo discard and choose only one, basically.
4, 5, 6 fills in. That's good. No need for south. No need for north.
Yeah, Asahina's hand is so rough. She needs that Mangan Sumo, and there's just
Yeah, it's
no
like
way this hand is
at
getting
this
there.
point, if I were her, I'd just be hoping Nishina can finish this quick and that it doesn't hit me.
Yeah.
Get some 4, 5, 5, 6 shapes.
I mean, there's very
Sure
few decisions to be made, which is sort of a blessing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's almost this weird spot where you're just kind of going to go on autopilot for a little bit until you figure out the right answer.
Kano keeps getting lots of Dora. Wants to really just kind of shut down the table with this hand, but his hand is also going to require a reach.
1-1 is a
Possible,
pair.
yeah. 147 weight shape, but which middle weight do you choose?
That's the tough one. My immediate instinct is to throw 8 bamboo, but I don't know why that is. We're gonna throw 8 pin. And I mean, it's what I would think to do, but I definitely can't be like, oh, that's the right answer.
Well, with the 5 bamboos and a 6 on the board, probably the 7 bamboo looked like a better weight than the 7
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of that one, so. Just finishing that up. Yeah, let's get rid of those dangerous tiles now. 3, 4, 5 finishes up.
Yeah, no, Yoshida just went away.
Ugh, the worst shape.
I mean, this makes Kano have too many blocks, but the pair of 5s inside of the 4, 5, 6 weight, 4, 5, 6 shape is just kind of ugly, and he'll get rid of it.
Kano rejects this reality, which is smart. All right, turn 2, 3, 4. It's 2, 3, 4. That's good.
Finally, Asahina gets something that looks like she may be
Oh,
able
the
to put
7th
Mangan
pin.
hand together.
Oh, he threw the wrong inside weight.
The 7 bamboo would have come if he had discarded the 6, 7 bamboo.
Turn 8, 9 into 6, 8.
The tiles in the wall, I mean,
Now
We shouldn't
we've
pretend like
got
the
the
tiles
7
in the
bamboo
wall are
only.
not always changing based on what we
So now our
discovered.
dealer's ready. Dealer's ready on 7 bamboo. Turn
You're
1
just
3 into 3 4.
completely ignoring my occult banter.
No, 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 no. I'm just watching. I'm wrapped here.
And that will be
3 4
Tenpai for
5
Yoshida. He
complete.
will reach. Waiting for the
Yoshida
two-dot reach
reach.
and Adora. Hoping to get the 2,600 points. And instead the 2 comes to Asahina, locking in her Ipeiko
Her
shape.
Ipeiko.
Yeah, double
Yeah.
sequence, twin sequence.
This is looking good. Oh no, but Yoshida has to deal a 7
Into Nishina,
into
meaning we will
Nishina.
have one more hand in this game. And
Oh
that
wow.
moves Asahina closer to 3rd place, but further away from 2nd place.
Nishina gets all the points on the table, so Asahina now is only 5,900 out of 3rd. But still a long way from 2nd. There's a lot of drama in this last round. No one's letting it go easily.
Of Yoshida's picture there with his signature sunglasses. I was thinking that I want to introduce signature sunglasses, and I'm just trying to think of what the best timing for that is. Like, I guess it's going to be the timing where I feel like I'm old enough that I don't have to be like a young cosplayer
Oh
anymore.
my word. This dealer starting with a concealed Pong of Haku. We got South Round, South Dora. We got, what is going on? These hands are, again, this is an active hand. People got stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, judging just from the dealt hands, it looks like we'll have another South 4 going on, but
Quite
like,
possibly. Our dealer
yeah,
has a good shot at it.
like we said before, it's the draws and not the dealt hand. And look at Asahina's hand just
5,
coming
6.
together.
Already Ishanten, if I'm reading that right.
Only
I'll double check in a
5,900
second.
points away from
3
3rd
of those
place.
6s. 1 1 1 2 3 3. Oof.
1,300, 2,600.
And that's a
Draw
pair
is
of the
enough for 3rd
Dora.
place for Asahina.
What are we gonna do here?
Pair of the Dora and just 1 away. I mean, yeah, you get rid of the 1-3 middleweight because
Yeah.
even if you
Yep.
just you can't get Pinfu because it's the South. But
The 5 fills in beautifully. Everyone's just getting every tile they need.
somebody shifted the wall so that all the good tiles come into everybody now.
Honestly. Oh, that's real good because this gives Asahina the opportunity to grab that South. Pair something else up and grab the South. And that South is an instant Mangan for her. For anyone, but
Paired up 7-dot for Kano. Kano before was always making sure to keep a safe tile to the dealer reach. I think we're getting to the point where he might get a little bit more aggressive. Only a 3,500 point difference with the dealer, and still
no,
keeps
he's sticking to his thesis.
still keeps the red
Sticking to his
dragon for
thesis.
safe. But to be fair, the 7 was not
5, 6, 7, 8,
quite
9.
as useful as any of the other tiles.
Got a paired up 8 over here.
Yoshida not keeping any safe tiles in his hand, just going straight for a win. Try and make up some of the
Might be
points that he
time to
lost
ditch that
before.
Chun, or you can ditch the 3-mon and lock in some shapes. But no, we're gonna say no more Chun. We believe in ourselves.
I decided 1 away is close enough.
Tina holds his west. We have all 4 of the Haku. Dear, dear, dear.
And
Where are we going?
Yeah, if he draws a Tenpai, I think we'll see that Haku come out.
2 4 turns into 4 5.
Yeah, even better 1 away shape for Kano. And that is... There it is. There it is!
We're gonna con it. Oh, this could throw
It's 1
everything into
away.
Crazy Town, though.
Yeah, it wasn't Tenpai, it's 1
It's
away,
the
but they're
4
so...
bamboo.
Yeah, so efficient to make. There's Tenpai, and there's the reach.
There's Tenpai, so now we have a dealer reach with a con on the table. But who can care? I mean, it's true. Like you're right in saying because this is a series, it's not as dire as it seems. And even losing one game is not a disaster. So it's not like if it was just a single game only, where Asahina would be in this position of like, I cannot care, like I must just play, right? Like there's a lot of leeway, I think, for her to just be like, I'm going to chill out here anyway because I'd rather not lose worse in the first game.
Yeah, it's really going to depend on how much value her hand has and how quickly it gets to
Yeah.
Tenpai.
Ooh. Kano decides to get out. Kano decides one mon's happening and I am not involved in this anymore. Everyone's kind of decided to get out, looks like, except maybe Asahina, depending on what she draws. She draws 2-mon, get rid of it. Just chilling there. Ishan 10. And the opportunity for extra reverse Dora for her is meaningful. That 4 gets held. Oh, very smart.
I mean, it is a new Dora as well. So.
Yeah, it's a Dora. We're not throwing it. Everyone else is just out. There's a pair. But what do we want to do? This is where we start to ask ourselves, what do we believe? What do we think? And these shapes are not beautiful.
I mean, if you want to use the south as a triple, but at this point, you're kind of starting to think you're not going to be able to use the south as a triple. If you want to use it as a triple, then the 4 is generally the most efficient discard, but now it's 2 Dora, so it's also very dangerous. I imagine maybe the 5, and if you Tenpai, the 5 character, and then if you Tenpai, then
yeah, the 5 character is probably the way we want to push forward, but
she'll keep the shape and discard the 4.
Keeping the shape. All right, there's the south. Is she calling it?
Yes, she does.
Yes, she pushes it.
But that's why you would have discarded the 5 character.
She could decide, no, interesting.
Right. No, it's really good because the 5 is safe. So she started with the 4, and that means she can discard the 4, 4, 5.
That whole shape is safe, yeah.
The only problem is really hard to make a pair out of that 3, 4, 4, 5 shape in the bamboos.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna how she's gonna finish this out. It's gonna be tough, but that's already the problem. Is she's at Hanuman right now.
It sucks having that problem.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like the new Dora and the second 4 has put her in a position where this hand would get her the traction she needs.
Yeah, I mean, a Hanuman hand could potentially put her up into second place.
Exactly. So now there's value. Now the value has been proven.
It's just such a rough.
If it can be complete. Oh god, we got all the 6s. We got all the 3s. Nope.
It looks like we're gonna have one more hand to play at least.
We got what, 2 more draws now? Yeah.
Asahina. Tenpai, the best Tenpai, with 1 discard left.
Oh jeez, and draws another Dora. No, I don't think there's any discards left because of the con.
Oh, there's a con, that's right. This is the last discard. Can she push the 2 to maintain Tenpai? She does not. We have just 1 player
painful.
Tenpai. Oh, she could have pushed the 2. I bet she's
painful. It would have been very good for her if she'd pushed it, but
I think if there was 1 draw left, she would have pushed it. With no draws left, there's.
With no draws left, it's true. It becomes it's still 1,000 points, but the risk is massive. And now Nishina's only 700 points.
500.
Yes,
yeah, 500
sorry.
Away.
Nishina's 500 points because Kano's only at 38.8, so it's 600 to exceed. I was just subtracting down from 39 like a simpleton.
Yeah, I mean, any win, the minimum win for a dealer is 1,500 points, so any win by Nishina will put him
Anything
in
will get them
first
over the top.
place and get us another hand. I think Yoshida
Ugh.
is probably at the point where he just wants to try and stop Nishina from winning and maybe end the game. And he has a pair of red dragons, so he might be able just to do it. Nishina looks like maybe an
It's a lot
all
of
pairs
pairs.
hand, yeah, which is rough when you're just trying to continue as dealer.
Pairs and flush. We got 6.
Yeah, possible 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku mixed sequence shape for Kano.
Asahina, not such a great set of shapes.
Oh, that's another
2
value
pairs of
tile.
dragons.
Yeah, so Yoshida now is one away from ready for all pairs, but also has 2 pairs of value tiles that he can pull in, and he does. Gives up
Yeah.
on the
Is
all
he going to flush
pairs.
it? Are we flushing it?
And now back to 2 away from ready. I don't think it'll be a flush. Probably more likely an all triples hand.
If Yoshida gets greedy and stacks it all, that's Hane right there. So depends on whether they have their eye on first place or whether they just want to get it done. And I mean, Manga's not not a bad deal.
All right, but maybe hedging the flush. If the 2, 3, 5, 6 of dots comes in, I think we could possibly see the flush.
Yeah,
6
yeah,
bamboo
I
is
think
definitely not very scary to discard on this board.
yeah, he's at least thinking about it. Okay, we got 7799. Got an 8 to fill in, and we throw our Dora East,
Yeah,
but nobody takes it.
I think just one away. Actually, really close hand. It's just kind of difficult shapes to fill in.
There's the huts. We call it. Now we got to make that decision.
Yep,
Oh
there's a
yeah.
flush. So until that 3 dot came in, I think it was obviously hedging the triples too. So if the 6 had come out first, I do think we would have seen a pawn. But the half flush just leads to so many better weights and easier wins than the
so many better
triples.
shapes, and that's manga on minimum with the half flush, and then if you somehow get Toy Toy on top of it, all ponies on top of it, that gets to Hanemon. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. So now we're Tempai on 3-6. But for most other discard, for the 9 or the 4 or the 5, we get Tempai on
all triples.
Toy
Yeah,
Toy flush.
all triples upgrade is still there.
Kano's Tempai on 5-8 Mon. So we got some exciting options. Oh, now we see the first overflow from our flush.
And it's not an obvious flush. With the honor tiles in the first 3 discards, there's 2 honor tiles.
Yeah, it's not
and
like
the
brutally obvious at all.
Very early. It's I think it's very well hidden. If anything, it looks like it could be more of a Manzu flush.
Yeah, that 8 dot's out there early, so it doesn't. At least at this point, like as more information is revealed, it might become more clear. But right now,
I don't know. I think
it
it's
doesn't
really
seem
hard
to
read a dot flush from that. Could maybe think it turned
There's
into
9.
a Manzu
Are we gonna
flush
throw
later,
oh.
but does not pull.
No, we're not going for the Greed Hanemon, which
yeah, it's camouflaged already. I'm telling you, this is not obvious to anybody.
Oh, I know. But the Hanemon, like the thing about the Hanemon is that brings you up to 35, which I guess is still second place.
Yeah, it's.
No, it's not. On Sumo, it's not. You'd have to Sumo it, basically. But instead, we deal in with the 8-Mon.
Kano wins.
To Kano.
And locks in that lead that he almost lost with so many 3 continuances in the last hand by the last dealer.
Kano shuts it down.
The one RMU player at the table.
All right. And Kano closes it out after an exciting East Fourth.
Yeah, no, that was a great game. Please go ahead and hit the like button. Hold on, let me refresh and see how many likes there are, because this is how I get my self-worth. 5 likes. We have 12 people watching. I think we can get up to 8 likes. Look at Garth telling everybody that you have to pay money to watch the next game.
Yes, very exciting game. Very cool.
As as we grow, of course, we will work on negotiating more games that we can watch on this channel, and I think it will work as long as we get a lot of viewers and likes and support for the channel. We want to bring you as much for free as possible, of course, but the goal is to grow the channel and just create as much English content as possible. Tomorrow, we are going to have the first ever JPML Select broadcast. So what's going to happen is we are going to select past games. Since we can't do that many live games right now, we're going to select past games so that we have some exciting matches with English commentary that we can present to you and keep our commentators sharp for when we get bigger games. So tomorrow we'll have Nathaniel and Danny. First time ever that Danny will be on the commentary for this team that we've been working with on the WRC channel and the JPML channel. So
Oh, that's
I'm really
great.
excited, to hear Danny. Danny has such really analytical and just common sense that I always seem to forget commentary on the hands. So I'm looking for some really good matches to present to them tomorrow so that they can stream it. And we're going to do that
Yeah, no,
every
super,
Tuesday from now on. We're going to have the
super
JPML
excited to have Danny
Select.
participating.
Yeah, we'll have the JPML Select broadcasts every Tuesday starting tomorrow. So make sure that you mark it in the calendar and hit on the notifications button and everything. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And make sure that you also follow anything USPML because I'm about to pitch the cutest t-shirt ever that Mahjong has ever made
Uh-huh.
to Dave. I don't know. It probably already exists, but we'll give it a shot. All right.
I'm excited about it.
All right. Anything else to plug, Dave?
Well, right now we have a few more World Riichi League events coming up. We have our May event on May 17th, and we will be announcing very shortly, probably tomorrow, our late June events. So if you're in the United States and you want to participate in high-level league-based Mahjong play as part of either a professional or an aspiring professional in World Riichi Professional Mahjong, check it out. Go to worldriichileague.com and sign up for an event. Come join us. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Yeah, make sure you follow the WRC channel as well because we will have the Sangei Shimbun Cup finals coming up this month, as well as a Saikyosen, the second session of the Saikyosen team battle. Those will both be on the WRC channel. So make sure you follow both of the JPML English and the WRC channels to catch all the professional English commentary action. All
Heck
right.
yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.